Hello, and welcome to another episode of Min's Minute Modcast with his mates. Hey, Satya and Mo.
Hello.
Okay, right, we've got a fun-packed show for everyone today. Has anyone had to play with Grok 3 and any feedback on that?
I did. I did use Grok 3, and of course, as usual, I compare a cloud and then ChatGPT, and you have the Grok 3. I liked ChatGPT more because of it's much more polished. The answers are some. Of course, with hallucinations and all, you have to keep that thing aside.
Yeah.
But the construction of sentences and all, I like them better in ChatGPT more than in Grok. That has been my experience thus far.
You're nodding there, Mo.
Yeah, didn't play too much with it yet, so not full conclusion, but I see that Grok has a lot of personality to it, and
Oh my god, did you see some of those? They're a bit right?
That's one of the reasons, yeah.
Yeah, so I guess they trained it in a way that it's having certain personalities to it, which
unhinged, right? Unhinged mode, and then there's some other
exactly. So
modes, yeah.
Yeah, that's a good thing. I think it'll be cool to see what other personalities you can give to the AI models. But I still think the same as you said here. I think cloud or OpenAI, ChatGPT models are still above that. But let's see. I think it's their first version or so. Or no, it's not first as a group.
Yeah, they had two. One, two, and now it's three, right?
Yeah, but it's one of the first version. I would say that it's at least doing something properly, you know.
Yeah, and it's fully uncensored, right? So everything's open. Yeah. Okay. And then remember back in the day when we used to use this thing called voice over IP in the form of Skype.
Yes.
And Skype is no more, right?
Yes, it's going to shut down soon. I think this week it will going to Microsoft shut it down.
How much did they buy that thing for? It's a few pounds, right?
Quite a few. I think when they bought it, of course, the WhatsApp revolution wasn't as big, right? Like at least for people like me who have been traveling and have to be in touch with the family, Skype was one way more than a decade ago.
Yeah.
And now WhatsApp video is my go-to tool. So only after I read the news did the nostalgia started to come back.
Yeah.
But did I miss Skype in these days?
That little tune it used to play whilst it was connected. Yeah, there we go. Yeah. Talking about the future, what do we think we're all going to be doing in the next 5 or 10 years? It seems as though with the pace of things now, everything, traditional tasks, in particular knowledge workers, as I call them, where they basically have a job because they can like look something up. I mean, what's going to happen to them? Any thoughts on where we might be in 5 years, even like 2 years, in a year's time? I mean, the pace it's going at. If you were starting again and you were saying, "Hey, I've just finished college or university," I'm not sure about university. That's for another day, another topic. Any thoughts as to what can you do to future-proof yourself to make sure you don't get replaced by an AI? There we go. We've gone deep.
I have very strong views here that we'll go nowhere. Like it's as a knowledge worker or someone who knows how to read and write and understand the language. I would say that the biggest skill set that will develop is focus. Because we have to be focused on understanding a concept. So I know that people are talking about the loss of jobs or AI taking over. And I've been playing with quite a lot of AI tools myself. And I see that the very basic need for using those tools is understanding why you would even need it. Even if I'm using, let's say, 3 design tools, I should know what am I designing. I should know why am I designing it. I can use tools like, if it is there doesn't mean that you should use it. And will it benefit me? How quickly am I learning? How quickly I'm converting my learning into some kind of monetary benefit for myself?
Yeah.
I think this is something that I'm studying quite a lot. I can demo something that I'm doing also on that part as well.
Yeah, that's awesome. We'll come to that. Mo, what's your thoughts?
Yeah. So I think like with repetitive tasks, the knowledge work, yeah, we're getting there. We're still not there fully for, you know, utilizing AI for full-on business transformation, in my
Mm,
view.
mm,
But it is getting there. You can do some level of transformation for businesses and help them on the repetitive tasks. But if I were to start again, would I do something differently? Personally, maybe not too much, but only thing I would focus on is learning how to use these tools, understanding what's underneath it, what is happening in the background, the AI tools, and make sure that I understand the language. Right? It's like learning French.
Yeah. Well, this is
Yes.
the new job, right? Prompt engineers. That's what you need to do. What about, would you advise anyone to learn programming?
Ooh, that's a big topic because we're seeing a lot of like NVIDIA CEO. He said like he wouldn't learn programming again. Like right now is learning the language of AI, so
Yeah.
he's all on that. I see that in the industry still there is a need for learning some programming languages, but maybe not the more modern ones.
Yeah.
So you might want to go in the lower level programs like
Mhm.
C and go old school a little bit. And that's where people I see the direction is going with.
Yeah. Satya, I'm sure you'll have a view, but I think it's more about that sort of methodology and way of thinking. And
Yes.
just because it's obviously the programming's getting better and better that the AI is doing. But if you're totally relying on it, don't really have a clue what it's doing, then that can be challenging, right? Because like you said, hallucinations and stuff, it's getting better every day. But I think having that training about the methodology and actually what you're looking at, using as an aid as opposed to literally totally relying on it, that might change. But for now, otherwise, you're not going to know if just because it looks nice doesn't necessarily mean you've left some massive black holes wide open for people to come in and get into your company or whatever.
Yeah. One more thing as well to add, problem solving. That's one thing, key thing. Learn how to problem solve. Doesn't matter the problem. You're
Yeah,
now enabled. So
yeah,
that's why with AI, there's two categories in my head. One is being a generalist, but having the skills, soft skills, problem solving, critical thinking, all these things. And then there's a specialist skills that you're going laser focused on certain problems and you're specializing in a certain area, enabling yourself with AI. So there's two categories being created.
mm.
Maybe in the future we won't have real titles. Be it just two categories.
Yeah. Are
That,
you a generalist or a specialist? Yeah. Go
and
Seth.
that's my favorite part, like where it's agnostic of what role or what title we would be. It's about what value and what impact we are bringing to the table. Because now, as you said, right, programming, you have to know still the basics of it, like how certain things can function, very basics, and not like a full-fledged programmer. I'm not one, but then I do know basics of Python, which is why I'm able to navigate through different tools because I can understand some part of it. If I wouldn't, then I would be lost, to be honest, like to create these programs myself.